Hello and welcome to Hot Money on Bloomberg Quint Live, India's first digital live streaming business news service. This is a show which gives you a complete wrap of all the technical analysis and charts that we are showing on a trend. But before we start, Just Dial came out with a statement claiming that there has been no data breach in the company. Joining us now on the phone line to talk about this is the company CFO Abhishek Bansal. Abhishek, good afternoon. What's the sense? You've issued a clarification. How did this break about? How did news reports indicating that data of almost 100 million users was affected? What exactly is going on right now?
There has been gross misreporting of the entire episode in media, unfortunately. So at the outset, we would categorically deny that there was any data breach of 100 million users, etc., what has been claimed in media reports, etc. Now, the small issue at hand was that the older version of our apps, which today cater to a very minority of our overall user base, there were certain APIs where if you input an individual mobile number, you could access basic user details. Again, those user details did not pertain to any financial information, any passwords, etc. All those particular details are stored in a very secure manner as per best industry practices. Having said that, even those particular older version of APIs that have also been encrypted at this point of time. So the overall issue or whatever that was being claimed, that 100 million user data breach, etc., that is factually incorrect.
So basically what you're saying is that whatever breach that the report claims was basically on the older app, has that been now sealed, and what's the current status with the new app?
The current status is that the newer apps, which for both Android and iOS, which were released sometime in February, March, they were encrypted from day one itself. Even for the older apps, as I mentioned, there has been no data breach per se. It's just that there has been a finding that there was a way such that for one particular mobile number, if you enter, you could access certain basic details. So it's not that there was a database which could be accessed by anyone in hundreds, thousands, etc. So nevertheless, whatever, even those particular vulnerabilities we have already fixed. Apart from that, while we do regular audits to check our particular tech capabilities, we have initiated an independent tech audit as well to see if there are any other sort of tech gaps, we would fix them as well. We have 135 million quarterly unique users, and we do take our particular data protection as one of the most important areas for the company.
Okay, Abhishek, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for clarifying the issue at hand at this point of time. Just Dial stock down almost 3.5%. Concerns on the media report, the management clarifying, but no positive reaction coming in on the stock at this point of time. But let's get in with Hot Money. Let's welcome our experts on the show. Joining us today are Venkatraman of Chart Advice and Shrikant Chouhan of Kotak Securities. Thank you to both of my guests for joining me. Let's start and begin with a guest. The first stock that Shrikant wants to talk about is Motherson Sumi. We'll have the chart, Shrikant, if you can join me. Why are you positive on Motherson Sumi? It did have a rally because of the Volkswagen comments that came in, but you believe it's a breakout? You believe you're positive?
See, Darshan, the reason behind choosing this stock is that auto sector is doing well. Okay, and they did really well. Maruti, Tata Motors, even Ashok Leyland, which was the weakest one, and now auto ancillaries have also started doing well. So because of that, very first I have chosen this stock to buy for. If we go through with its weekly and daily pattern, then one thing is very clear, that momentum oscillators are showing there is a shift in the trend. So they are diverging positively. So that means the prevailing trend was down. So it was somewhere around like 250, 300 levels. From there, all the way the stock has fallen to its extreme level. And now it is reversing back, so which is positive. The other thing which we always try to see and which gives proper valid indication is falling trend line. And here the stock has broken falling trend line at 144-145 level, which is an indication of there is an absorption of selling pressure. And again, fresh buying has emerged because there is a pullback at 140 levels. So here the stock has taken pullback and it is again reversing back. And the last one, which we always try to see, that whether the stock is forming any pattern or not, because which actually gives proper targets for the stock. And here the stock is forming inverted head and shoulder formation. If you see this, it's a head and then shoulder and
This is the second shoulder.
Second shoulder. So still the stock is under that formation. It's an inverted head and shoulder formation. It's below that neckline resistance, but at least we can expect 175 in the near term, which is neckline resistance, and above that we can see the levels of maybe 190, 200. So that's why the overall setup is clearly indicating us that it's a classic buy at this price.
Okay, so 175 is the target, at least in the short term. How soon do you see this coming?
I think it should come within next 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, what's the stop loss if someone takes a position at 157 where it's currently?
Absolutely.
What stop loss should they hold?
Correct. See, whenever there was like fall in the stock, we saw that 140, 145 acted as a very good support for it. So we can keep 140 as a stop loss. Already the stock has run up, but if there is any correction, like today it is down some 157, 158, but it's a buy at this price, more on dips. 140 should be the final stop loss for the target of 190.
141 this thing, and I've seen that it's always tried. Here also it tried to move up, it fell.
Correct.
Here this thing. Are you confident this time around it will break this green line?
Yeah, because that was the expected move.
Yeah.
Because it is forming inverted head and shoulder. So I think on the second shoulder, if there is a reversal activity and volumes are there, and if the sector is started doing well, so we can consider it as a like confident buy.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Shrikant. Raja, what's your sense on Motherson Sumi? Are you positive?
Yeah, Motherson Sumi has been in a state of decline for quite a number of weeks, and now it's actually recovering from an oversold level. When the stock is recovering from an oversold level, it would be prudent to trade it for the short term. And based on the weekly charts, like Shrikant rightly pointed out, 147 to 150 is a good support zone, and right now it's near the stop. So you can use that as a stop loss and trade for an upside towards 175 to 180. And I would not warrant very aggressive buying because the stock is just recovering from a oversold levels.
Okay, so it's a positional buy that's coming in on Motherson Sumi. Again, let's stick with the auto sector, and Raja has a chart on TVS Motors this time around. Let's pull up the chart. Raja, are you bullish on TVS Motors, and why are you bullish?
Yeah, if you take a look at chart of TVS Motors, the stock has been declining since December, and in the month of Jan, it started reversing, in the sense that the selling pressure started reducing, and it started entering a sideways phase. And in the sideways phase, what has happened is it has formed a double bottom, and now there is a breakout which has emerged. Along with that, I have also used, if you could open up the bottom panel, which is the momentum indicator which I have used. This is the ADX DMI line which I have used. And here I can see that the green line, which is an indication of strong bullishness, it is going up, and the strength is also increasing on the bullish side. So that's why overall, and the trend line breakout has also emerged, and the prices are holding above the trend line. So all this put together says that the stock is a good potential for the upside.
Okay, what's the target that you see on this counter?
One could look to buy at current levels, look to buy on dips towards 500, place a stop loss below 490 for an upside towards 550 or 580.
Okay, 550 to 580. Thank you so much for that, Raja. Shrikant, are you bullish on TVS Motors?
Yeah, see, like all these stocks are really doing well. TVS Motor has disappointed heavily because it was around 750, 760 levels. We were expecting that stock to cross the levels of 900 also. But because of fall in overall auto space, we saw a good amount of selling in TVS Motors. But yes, now it is reversing back with good volumes. There is divergence. There is, like, as he mentioned, there is a absorption of selling pressure by cutting the falling trend line, which is actually positive signal for it. And based on it, yes, we can see the levels of 550, 560.
Okay, so positive view coming in on TVS Motors. So auto seems to be the focus. Let's get in Shrikant Chouhan again. He has a buy this time on IndusInd Bank. The counter had corrected significantly, but over the past few days, we've seen sizable amount of rally that's come in. It managed to breach even the 1800 level. Shrikant, you believe that this consolidation that it's had for a long will be broken out this time around?
Yeah, it looks like, because the overall space is really doing well. All these private banks, commercial banks, they are doing really well. And the bank nifty has already broken its previous high. It is like trading into new highs. Again today also, bank nifty has broken its immediate highest level of 30,600, 650 something. So based on it, I am of the view that if we compare the relative strength comparison between these top banks, then this one is like lagging a lot, but now it is catching up. And the way there is a formation of a double bottom or higher bottom sort of formation, along with positive reversal on weekly as well as on monthly charts, I am of the view that it is forming step by step higher top, higher bottom formation.
Okay.
So if there is such type of formation and where the overall space is doing well, there we can expect that the stock will cross its immediate resistance, which is around 1800 levels, 1830, and then above that the next level is only around 2000, 2050, which was its previous highest level.
Okay.
So based on it, I am of the view that we should look for adding at current levels more on dips. I think 1700 should act as a very good support for it. There, below that we are not expecting stock to fall.
Okay.
So it's a buy at this price.
Okay, how soon do you see this resistance level getting in, and what's the advice? Should you buy at this level, or you should wait for this 1830 level to be broken and then add aggressively?
No, I think, see, the way this overall private bank space is doing, I think even at current price it's a buy.
Okay.
Because we are of the view that eventually it will cross this level, and we are expecting this stock to achieve these levels within next 2 to 3 weeks. So again, it's a positional buy, but it's a buy.
Stop loss?
It's a confident buy at current levels. Stop loss we can keep at 1700 levels.
1700.
I think I mentioned at 1650, but 1700 is the right level to take any long position.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Shrikant. Raja, IndusInd Bank, what's the sense that you have?
Yeah, considering the way Bank Nifty has been faring and the way the private banks have been actually moving around, the IndusInd Bank chart which has been displayed is definitely a buy, but at the current levels around 1780 on the weekly charts, I envisage a strong resistance where I'm expecting some profit booking to emerge, and I would be a buyer in the region of 1650 to 1675, where I find a good set of supports which could again resume the upside in IndusInd Bank.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in. Positional buy on IndusInd Bank, bullish calls that are coming in. The next stock we want to talk about is United Breweries. We haven't had this chart for a while, but let's pull up the chart. United Breweries. It's a buy according to MACD. Explain the chart. It's been consolidating. Why do you expect a move to come in?
This is an hourly chart. I've got two charts here. So on the hourly charts, I find that the strong consolidation which was happening, it got a breakout yesterday. But looking at the way the market has panned out today, you have witnessed a decline. But it has come to the middle of this entire band and it's holding out. That is the scenario as of today. It's a breakout by above 1440. But also, if you could open the daily charts, the MACD is also indicating a positive setup on the momentum as well. So the momentum is continuing to remain positive. So that's why the UBL chart, even on the intraday, is a good pullback buy at this moment. However, if you could just open up the daily chart.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see here, this is a daily chart, and after a phase of consolidation, you got a nice bullish candle here, and now I'm expecting that the prices will sustain because the momentum indicator is also supporting a strong buy. So it's a nice breakout after many days. So that's why this
1423. What should one do? Buy now, buy at a low level, or wait for a proper break?
One should initiate a buy above 1440.
1440. Not do anything right now.
No, not do anything right now.
Okay, so it's a wait and watch approach on United Breweries. Thank you so much for that. Shrikant, what's your sense on United Breweries? Would you buy now, or would you agree that buy only after a breakout?
No, I fully agree with what he is saying, because 1440, 1450 acted as multiple resistance for it, and since September, October, when the market was down, the stock is trading around the same level, but it is failing to cross this level confidently. So even after giving multiple times breakout formation, it failed to sustain those levels. So I think if there is one more closing on monthly basis above the level of 1440, then certainly we can expect 1550 on the higher side. So the stock is good, but it is better to buy if there is any further fall, and if it again falls to lower boundary of the that rectangle formation.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in on United Breweries. While Raja says buy above 1440 levels, Shrikant is saying at lower levels this stock is a good accumulation. Now on the final round, let's pull up the chart of Titan. Shrikant has a call on Titan. Let's pull up. It's a buy call. Explain the chart. Why are you bullish on Titan?
Darshan, it's a very interesting formation, because if you see this formation, then in the year 2018 and at the end of 2017, between those particular period here, the stock has formed distribution formation. So it was under that distribution formation, because here you can see it's a formation of head and shoulder at the top of the rally. It was around some 300 levels. From there all the way it went to 950, but it failed to sustain those levels. So after forming this particular distribution formation, eventually the stock has broken on the upward side, which is indication of there is a fresh impulse. So fresh trending move has started, and since October 2018, the stock has managed to hold this particular rising parallel channel So it's a clearly a bullish setup and very strong setup based on daily as well as weekly charts. And if there is such type of formation, then certainly we should be always buyer at the lower boundary of the channel. Recently the stock has reached to 1080, 1060 levels. From there again it is reversing back. So if we calculate the channel formation, then upward boundary is around 1200, 1250 levels. So minimum we can expect 1200 and maximum could be 1300. That's the overall view on the stock.
Okay, so it's 1120 right now. Should you buy or again wait for the lower channel to come in and buy at this level?
No, I think it has already reached to that lower channel, and after hitting lower channels close to this 1080, 1090 levels, it is reversing back. So I'm of the view that now the stock is going to cross its previous high, which
should you buy now at 1120?
Yeah, it's a buy at current price.
Is there a stop loss that you should keep?
Stop loss we can keep at 1060 levels, because if the stock is little volatile and having very high beta as compared to market, but the way there is formation, I think it is heading for 1300 levels.
Okay, so 60 rupees stop loss and potential 180 rupee target is potential that's there. Thank you so much for that, Shrikant. Raja, would you buy Titan at this level?
Yeah, Titan has been consolidating at the higher levels, and the way the entire chart has been placed, it's definitely positive. Even on the weekly channel support, it has rebounded from 1080 to 1060 levels. So around, I would keep a more tighter stop loss around 1080 and trade for an upside towards 1200.
Okay, that's the view. It's a positive view that's coming in on Titan. And the final stock that we want to talk about is from Raja, and it's a chart on Pidilite Industries. Pull up the chart. It's a sell this time around, I think the first sell of the day. Why are you bearish on Pidilite?
Yeah, Pidilite has been on a steady rise ever since mid of Feb. But then what is happening is that at this current juncture, it has not been able to hold out, and it has witnessed some selling pressure. And overall, the momentum too seemed to be dissipating. And the way the candles have been formed, they are showing not much inclination to go up. And the selling which has been witnessed today is clearly indicating that people are exiting the long position. So when there is a profit booking mode in operation and the momentum is also tiring out, one could use this scenario and initiate a short opportunity as a short-term trade. Okay,
it's a short-term trade. 1267, 1270. Let's hold it. What level should one short at now?
You could short it now with a stop loss above 1290 for a drop towards 1250.
But this is a very short-term trade. Do you expect a reversal to come
in? You can take a target around 1235 to 40.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. Thank you so much for that, Raja. Would you short Shrikant? What's your sense on Pidilite? Are you seeing a short position or would you accumulate?
No, Darshan, what you are saying is right, and even Raja, because it's a short-term trade, certainly one can take this trade. There is like possibility that the stock will again try to retest its support area of 1200, 1210. Below 1200, the stock has spent almost 6 months. Since June 2018, the stock has spent considerable time. I'm of the view that if there is a medium to long-term view, then the stock is heading for at least 1500 to 1600. But in the short term, if there is any weakness, then yes. And if really like somebody want to take any short call, then one can take short call with a tight stop loss at 1300 levels, and 1220, 1210 should be the target.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. Short-term target on the negative side for Pidilite. But with that, we completely timed out on this edition of Hot Money. Many thanks to all of my guests, Shrikant and Raja. Thank you so much for coming in today. Ask BQ comes up next. Stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint.